Hey AppSheet Angels, welcome back to lesson 8. I'm just going to start off by redesigning the look and feel of the app a little bit. I've gotten a bit over the purple color, so I want to make it like black and red, and I'll show you where to add your logo and like a launch image. And I've got some other plans, but we'll see how we go. So let's jump over to AppSheet. Now, actually, I think I can make the screen a bit bigger. Yeah, I think that's going to look better. Yep. Sorry, I should have fixed that up before I started recording, but there you go. So jumping over to here, I just want to change that background image first. It's for another project that I'll tell you about soon. So I'm just going to bring back the deck edit button. Oh, sorry, it should be the home edit button because we hit it before. So I'm just going to put that back. We'll edit it, get rid of this one, and I want to use this one that I just had done up. Yeah, I like that a bit more now. It's kind of like a library. So if you just come over to settings and go back to theme and brand, I'm going to leave it as dark, but I'm going to change the color to red. No, we'll go custom. We'll go red. This end. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, do I like that? Maybe a bit over this way. No. About up this end, it's the same, isn't it? Oh yeah, I kind of like that. It's a little bit in your face though. Anyway, let's go with that for now. And for the logo, you can come down here to custom and it lets you upload your own logo. I think you click on this button here, the page. Okay, I think I should have added it into my Google Drive files, so I'm just going to do that now. Okay, I've just added those in, so if we click on Google Drive, they should just be here. So this is the logo I'm going to use. And I believe we have to turn on show logo in header. There you go. So you can see the flame up there now. What else? I think I like that better, actually, with the black and the hints of red. I think that looks nicer. Font, we can even change that. So maybe something a little more, I don't know, whimsical. They all look pretty similar to me. Oh, that's a bit not very readable. But yeah, just play around with whatever you like. I think I might leave it on Roboto. Okay, so we've changed, and the launch image, this is what I wanted to show you. So you can change that to custom. This is just the image that shows up when you open the app and it's doing that first sync. So if your app doesn't have a lot of data in it, it's usually really quick. You might not even notice it, but once your app gets a bit bigger, it can take a little longer to do that initial load. So it's nice to have a little image there while it says syncing at the bottom. So that'll be like that now. Let's save. It might give you a glimpse of it. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So I'm really liking the look of this now. What does everything else look like? Oh, that was the other thing. I noticed when I came back here, so when you come to the detail view, it's got the stripped back minimal version like we did for the quick pull button in the last lesson. But that's not actually what I wanted. I wanted this to stay as the normal detail view with all the details in it. So I think it happened because we made quick pull detail a reference view, but I'm actually not 100% sure how to not make it the main view, if that makes sense. I would see if there's any options in here, but I don't think that there is from memory. If we go to behavior, yeah. So really down here, we want like deck detail. This should be the main one. But what happens when we click add to favorites? No, that just adds it up there. Views settings. Okay. I don't think it's in here either, but it's just good to look. Preview new features, new mobile framework, desktop design. Here, upload image size. So I wasn't sure if I was going to tackle this in this lesson or the next one, but these images here for the tarot cards, you can see that they're super detailed. Like you can zoom right in and see all the hand-drawn bits. But it can be a little slow to load. Like when we come to the quick pull button, see how it doesn't load instantly? If we were to reduce the size of these images, like the quality a bit, I think they should load instantly when we click that quick pull button. So that one loaded, but I think it's because we already had it loaded. But yeah, so I think if we put some smaller image files in, it will load a bit quicker. Now, yeah, I might just pause it quickly and see if there's a way that I can change that, just so I'm not wasting your time. This isn't the fix, but I just wanted to show you in case we come back to it later. I've gone to view type options, and you can see here in detail view, we've got include show columns in detail views because it's not on by default. So if we turn that on, it'll let us later use formulas to decide if we want a view to show up or not, which might be how we have to fix that other thing of it showing the wrong detail view. So I just wanted to show you that in case I use it later and you're like, why isn't that option there for me? Okay, I worked it out. It was actually pretty simple. So basically when you create a new reference view, I'll just move my head a little bit for this one. So when you create a new reference view, it takes over precedence over the system generated ones. So the system generated ones are down here, sorry. So you can see deck detail is the system generated one. If we show it over in the preview, this is what we want it to look like, right? We want it to have the description and everything else, just not when we're doing the quick pull, because we want the image to be the main thing we see. But just this quick pull detail is what sort of overrode which view gets shown by default, because it defaults to ones the user has created rather than the system, which makes sense, but it can be a little annoying. So literally all I did was come down to deck detail, the one we want, and just duplicate it. I'm just going to rename it to default. And then you can see it's like that. Now, if we hit save, it should take over automatically. So if we go back to deck and just pick one, yeah, we can see that's taken over as the default view again. So if we go home and do quick pull, does it still show the view we want? There you go. So now it's showing our quick pull detail, and we're still getting the full detail view when we go through the actual deck. So that's really how we want it. So I thought that was going to be harder to fix. Now, on this view, let's just change the button icon, I think. So we'll get rid of the edit again. The other thing I want to get rid of is the delete button up here, because we don't really need that on the home screen. We don't want to accidentally delete the home screen, right? So I believe we can go over to data and go to home. And I think it's here under table settings. You can uncheck delete, and you can see it's removed the bin over there now, because we never really want to be able to delete it. It might as well be read only, to be honest, at this point. Now we've done the image and everything. That might come back to bite us later though, so let's just keep updates and ads while we're in the process of building out the app. But you can see it's already looking a bit cleaner now. I'm just wondering if that arrow button makes sense, like the icon. So let's have another look. So like, what about card? Like a tarot card. I guess that kind of works. Yeah. Okay. Or maybe the diamond like we wanted originally. Yeah, let's go with the spade. I think I like that. Quick pull. Yep. The other thing was, can we make this image even bigger? I'm pretty sure I could have done that in the last lesson. I just forgot. So that'll be quick pull detail. And I think it was basically changing it to background, right? And then we would just need to get rid of the title, but oh no, that didn't work. So we want it to just be image. I think that's it. I didn't add image here. So now we can get rid of everything except image. There you go. The only problem with this is it might cut some of the card off if your phone screen isn't big enough. So if we just go fit, you know, it's, I guess it's better than nothing, having it as fit. Anything else we can do? Perhaps going to card layout one more time. If we make that fill, fit, image, delete all these other parts. Sometimes it's just worth playing around, turning things off and on. You might find things you didn't expect. Yeah, so not quite. It's not really what we want. So we'll just leave it off card layout. I guess we'll just leave it like that. I think this is a good one for like where you could choose to do it differently for your own app. So if you know your phone screen's big enough, like mine is, background is going to look a lot better. But if you're on a small phone, it's going to cut off the bottom. So you might as well leave it on fit. So I'll just leave it on fit for now. We also don't really need this edit button here. So there's a formula you can use to decide whether or not to show the edit button, because we probably still want it to be able to edit it on the deck view, for example. If we go to actions and we go to deck and we go to edit, you can see there is, I think, under display or behavior. Yeah, only if this condition is true. So this action is only available for rows of the table that satisfy this condition. So there is a formula we can use. I'll have to work it out, where we basically say only if we're looking at it from this view. So we could say like not if in the quick pull detail view, and that should make it disappear. I'll just quickly try and work that out so you're not watching me do all the formulas for that. I'll be right back. Okay, I worked it out. So we're going to use the context expression. So context is kind of what it sounds like. It's giving you information about what's happening on the device. So you can see like it can tell you what the name of the app is, the device, the owner email, so whatever your account email is, or which table you're in currently. But what we want is view. So it's which view are you currently looking at the app through. So that's right. So we want to know, that will just report back what is the current view. But we actually want it to be a yes/no answer. So we're going to say if we're in this view. So basically in is going to be a list. Is it in the list or not? And this view, we're going to say, is that view in the list that we're giving it or not? And the list isn't really going to be a list. It's just going to be quick pull underscore detail, because that's the name of the view we want to be checking it against. We got to close that off. Now you're seeing it say in is the wrong type, because this actually has to be a list, even though it's only one thing. We can just simply say list and put another bracket on it. And now it sees that as a list of just one item. So it's going to say, when it checks this view, this button, it's going to say, are we allowed to show the button or not? And the way it's going to decide is it's going to run this formula. So is the current view this view or not? But you'll see it's going to say yes, which the app will mean yes, show the button, but we actually want it to be not in that view. So you can simply just put a not in front, which flips the true or false around. So if we hit save, it should get rid of it. Yeah, perfect. Now I'll just hit save. So that means only on that quick pull view, the edit button's not going to show up. But if we come back to deck and pick, the edit button's still going to be there. So basically we just don't want to accidentally press edit or anything, you know, like when we're on the home screen. We should just be able to quickly pull a card. There's no edit button. We can probably get rid of that delete button as well, actually. So I think we can literally just copy and paste this in to the delete button. So down to behavior, only if this condition is true, hit save, and we've gotten rid of the delete button up there too. So now you won't accidentally edit or delete any of your cards while you're pressing the quick pull button. The other thing I was thinking is we really should have the quick pull button down here so you can just keep hitting it instead of having to go back to the home screen every time. So why don't we try and clone the button for that? So the reason we have to clone it is here on the home screen, it's you can only use this button when you're in the home view, but if we want to use it in the detail view, we're going to have to add the button to the deck actions as well. So we'll just hit duplicate, we'll move it, I think we have to edit it actually, so change it to deck, and we'll say quick pull deck, but under display name, we're just going to write quick pull. So that it won't say quick pull deck on the button. Now, go to another view within this app. I think this formula should still work. It doesn't really depend on where you're pressing it from. Yeah, so if we hit, so where is it going to show up actually? That's another thing, because now will that just show up here? Yeah, so now that's shown up as a button here. Which, does it work? Yeah, it looks like it works. Yeah, and it's here now as well on the quick pull view. So we can just keep hitting it, which is what we wanted. But do we want to be able to view it from this screen? I think it's okay, but if you wanted to be like complete about it, we could use that context only show if true formula again. So let's go to, what did we say it was for? Delete and edit. So let's copy it out of here. Come to quick pull deck. Go down to behavior. Only show if this condition is true. And paste in that same one. But we're going to get rid of the not, I'm pretty sure. Because that's the only time we want to be able to see it. And every other time it shouldn't show up. So it's gotten rid of it here. If we click home, go to quick pull, and it's still showing up here, which is great. If we come back to deck, it's gone from here, and it's not here anymore either. So that's just, I guess, a good introduction to show you how you might want to show and hide buttons for different reasons. So you'll definitely use that in other ways in the app, in future apps, depending on what you end up building in AppSheet. But thanks for watching lesson 8 with me. I hope you like the look of the app now. I certainly like it a lot better. And we'll see what we come up with in the next lesson. See you soon.